Hi everyone, it is Jennifer Schubring with the Green Bay Area Public School District and Building AAC. And I'm here today to talk to you about a Google app called Jamboard. It's been talked about a lot in the assistive technology circles, and I became quite curious about it. And so I decided to take a look at it and see how I could use it to support students with complex communication needs in my district. And so I was pretty impressed with what I could do and wanted to record a quick video for all of you to give you some ideas as well. So I want to explain my screen to you a little bit. First, you're going to see Jamboard over here on my computer screen. And I have a Windows laptop, but it should work with any platform. And I am using the Google Chrome browser. Over here with my doc cam, you'll see Jamboard pulled up as an app on my iPad. And I wanted to present both to you because Jamboard on my iPad actually has a few additional features that are not available on my Windows computer. And so I want to be able to show you the benefit of being able to use both. A Jamboard is essentially an interactive whiteboard that can be shared out. And I think it's become popular because we have a lot of a lot of districts that are Google districts and using Google Classroom, Google Meet, all the G Suite tools during this time of distance learning. And because it works so seamlessly with all of those tools, it becomes a very good option as an interactive whiteboard. So I'm going to first show you some of the tools that are available using it on your computer. So let's go over the toolbar that's over here on the left-hand side of my screen. And you'll first see that there is a laser tool. And that laser tool allows you to do some highlighting. That's me using my mouse, so not necessarily the best. If I use the touch screen on my computer, I can circle a little better. So you can see that I can highlight and model some of the words, and that model goes away. So if you are thinking about a prompting hierarchy, we don't want to over prompt somebody. You may just want to use that to call attention. If you're asking yourself, okay, Jennifer, you got off a little quick there. How did you even get that core board to begin with? So if you go to the next tool, add image, you're able to either upload an image from your computer, you can do a Google image search, you can, if you have photos in your drive or your photos, and you can select any of those. And I actually had a JPEG of the Proloquo to Go board, which I just imported into my Jamboard. And you can, when you import them, you can make them whatever size you want. You can move them around. So you can see I can pull on here. I can make this bigger. I can make it smaller. You can rotate the images. You can do a lot. I liked this size because it allowed me some space over here on my Jamboard on the right to add in some fringe vocabulary, which I'll show you how to do in a few minutes. So you can import images. You have a select tool, which is the arrow, which I just demonstrated. It allows you to move around items on the screen. You have an eraser tool, and you have a pen tool. The pen tool gives you a variety of different options. So you have like a highlighter, a marker, a paintbrush, and then you have a few different colors that you can work with. So let's say I have somebody who maybe needs more support, or I know that there is a core word of the week that we're working on, and maybe I want to leave that I want to draw my students' attention to those words throughout the lesson. So you can see, and I skipped over the sticky notes, but you can see that if I were doing brown bear, what do you see? This might be my carrier phrase up here. And I can circle. Again, that's me using the mouse. Not very good at the mouse. You can use touchscreen if you have a touchscreen. If I want to make that a little bit thicker, I can use the marker. I can show you what the paintbrush looks like. So there's some different thicknesses. You can work with the different colors to capture your students' attention. I skipped over the sticky note. So right over here, I also have a sticky note, and I can add in words. So I'm going to actually delete this sticky note right here and add that one again. So if I click on the sticky note, I can type in whatever it is I want. I see I see a brown bear, I see a red bird. I can add in that as maybe a support. If you notice on the Proloquotable Go board, at least, it might not work with every single low-tech board that you're using, but a lot of the colors that go with the color coding on the board are up here. So I tried to match the color to the word that I was targeting. So add that in there as a support. So you've seen a few of these tools. I also want to go back here and show you how to add an image. So I was able to highlight or call attention to some of the words I was targeting. I could add in these sticky notes to work on some of the words that I'm targeting in the lesson. Now let's say I want an image of a brown bear. I can go over to my add image and I can do a Google search. So for some of that fringe vocabulary that you might be working on with students with whatever your lesson is, it's really easy to go in here and search for images. So I'm going to say I like this one right here, and I can insert it. You can see that it makes it fairly large, but I know I can resize this, and then I can add it over here, and it becomes some of my fringe vocabulary. So I might be modeling, I see a brown bear looking at me. So it's really pretty cool. And again, students can see you doing this on the fly. You can have some of this set up for them. Up at the top here on my window, you'll see that you can do multiple pages. So if I'm planning out my Jamboard, and maybe I want to go back and rename this Jam Brown Bear. Maybe I create a whole series of Jamboards for brown bear. I can go up here and maybe I have a different board and I have my core board on every single page, and I have a different board or some different supports for the different pages in brown bear, or whatever it is my lesson may be. Maybe I'm doing math, I'm doing writing, and I'm doing reading, and I have a page for each one of those. So it's pretty nice that you have all of those pages within one file for working with students. Now I want to draw your attention over here to the smaller screen and just show you what it looks like on the iPad. So you have all the same features on your toolbar here, but you have a few more options. So if I'm looking at my pen tool and I bring it up, I now have some assistive drawing tools down here, which are really neat. So I can write using handwriting a word, and then it will convert it into text. So you can see, scoot my screen over a little bit, that it converted it into a word. You still have the same features of being able to resize that word on your screen. So that's pretty cool. You can add text to an image, do whatever you want with that. You also have, if we go back into our assistive drawing tools, a shape tool. So if I'm drawing something, it will try to guess what it is I'm drawing. You can duplicate that and add, many more. Undo these. And then you can delete them as well if it is not what you want. So I didn't really want that on there. or it didn't turn out into the shape that I wanted. I'll try again to get a little better circle. Let's see. There we go. So there's a good circle that I like. I can move it out of my way. The next thing I want to show you with the assistive drawing tools, and this is my favorite because I am a terrible drawer, is maybe I want to, or illustrator, I'm just not good at it. Maybe I want to draw the purple cat, I believe. So I'm still reading Brown Bear, Brown Bear. I want my students to see a cat. You can see that it's starting to make guesses of what I'm beginning to draw. And I have quite a few cats. If I see, it gets pretty accurate in its guessing. So I can pick, whatever image I want of a cat for my students. Again, it allows you to go back to my selection tool. It allows you to move it around and resize. I find resizing on the iPad is hard. I usually do a little bit better with those tools on my laptop. But you can see how great this would be for adding in some of those fringe supports for our students. You also have the option of adding some different sticky images that are in here. So add in a smiley, all sorts of kind of interesting different options on the iPad than you have on the laptop. But I do know that a lot of, over again for you guys to see, sorry, you weren't seeing any of that. So you hit the plus button and you can go in here to stickers and you have some different options. So I think the benefit is really that you can share this Jamboard in real session and you can, or in real time. So you can be sharing with others. Again, modeling that low tech core. And if you don't have an iPad, other than not having the auto draw tools on my laptop, it really does provide me with some nice opportunity for being able to model without having access to any sort of a dot cam in my home. So I think this is a phenomenal tool for working on aided language stimulation or modeling with our students. And again, it can be easily integrated into all of the Google Suite apps. So Google Classroom, it can be emailed out, it can be shared, just a really nice shareable tool if you are a Google district. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, you can feel free to email me or drop me a message on social media. I will post this video on my Facebook page, Building AAC. I'll probably throw it in my blog on my website, www.buildingaac.com, and I may even tweet it out. We'll see. Hope you guys found this helpful and let me know how you are using Jamboard.